Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!
Hello friends, I'm back today with a quest video for Ammuk, who fights alongside the Ammuk and Ultramarine forces against the Tyranids. On screen I'm showing the characters that we used from each faction. Vitruvius is the only legendary character included here, and he is only needed for the solution for the Mythic level. The guide should be easy to follow, but there is enemy AI nuance which is generally driven by the amount of health and armor your characters have. So, for consistency, we have done this with the health and armor item combo whenever possible. On this slide, I have documented the potential token traps, which require a bit of RNG for success. A big shout out to Pi, Tacticus ambassador and friend who has been invaluable in putting this together. His referral code is on screen as a thank you. Common one is no damage taken and no bolter. We're keeping it simple here with just Incisus and Varro. Position as shown on turn 1 and get the Steeljack on the board. On turn 2, Varro uses his active and we take out the front 2 Tormagons. Just make sure that Ammuk stays adjacent to his summon so that it overwatches the last Tyranid. Tidy up anything that flees. Common 2 is no damage taken. We bring in Bellator, Certus and Incisus for this one. Move right on turn 1 and get your 2 Overwatchers set up. On turn 2, Bellator heads left while you hold the Overwatchers on the right. Take an extra turn if you need it. Common 3 is no damage taken for the third time. We use Bellator, Certus, Incisus and Varro. It's worth flagging that this one is a bit of a token trap. Hang back at the bottom on turn 1 and use Overwatch to chip away at the Tyrant cards rather than rushing in. Turn 2, Bellator summons on the right while the others bring down one Tyrant guard. Resist the urge to overextend and let the Nids throw themselves at your interceptors instead. Clean up on turn 3. Uncommon 1 is no flame damage and no power damage, so we use Bellator and Incisus. On turn 1, get into position and summon your Steeljack. On turn 2, bring Ammuk next to the Steeljack and drop some Bellator summons while tucking Incisus out of harm's way. That should leave turn 3 as a fairly straightforward cleanup. Uncommon 2 is maximum 3 hits. We use Actus, Certus and Tangita. On turn 1 we move up and summon our Steeljack to attack some Ripper Swarms. On turn 2 we move Tangita and Actus up to summon a Skitari and kill the Rippers. We need to move Certus away from the high ground so that the burrowed Rippers don't attack him. That should let you heal up with Actus's active and finish the battle on turn 3. For Uncommon 3, the restriction is no flying. We have Certus, Incisus, Tangita and Varro. On turn 1, Tangita and Ammuk go right and both summon a unit. Everyone else piles in behind. On turn 2, Varro uses his active, which should finish the Parasite of Mortrex alongside Certus and Incisus. Ammuk and Tangita clean up the warrior. Turn 3 should just be finishing up the leftovers. Next up we're on to Rare 1. The restrictions are no energy or toxic damage. Bellator is the main character needed and you can add another, but they don't really do much. On turn 1 we move Ammuk on the left and summon his Steeljack. Bellator on turn 2 summons on the Barbgaunt. That should just let you clean up on turn 3. Rare 2 is only physical damage, so we bring Certus and Varro. We position as shown on turn 1 to kill the enemy warrior. On turn 2 we need to follow the moves closely so that the enemy AI moves the same as shown in this battle. Varro should be able to finish the Termagant if Ammuk doesn't crit. The final enemies should die to your Overwatch. Rare 3 is maximum 1 hit and placement matters a lot. We use Certus and Incisus. On turn 1, summon the Steeljack onto the high ground and keep Certus stationary so that he gets his heavy weapon bonus for his Overwatch shot. On turn 2 we do some more killing and heal any units that need topped up. The Barbgaunt should get finished off on turn 3. Rare 4 is no ranged, so we use Bellator and Incisors as our main characters. We push right and summon our Steeljack down on turn 1. On turn 2, we drop the Inceptors and move Incisors up to start attacking. On turn 3, Bellator re-triggers his Inceptors while Incisors keeps everyone healthy, though this can look a bit different if anything flees. One thing worth noting, if you have a 4th unit available, bring them along. Just park them out of the way on turn 1 so that the AI baiting, as we've shown here, stays consistent. Rare 5 is no camouflage. We use Bellator, Certus, Incisors and Tangita. Again, we set up as shown on turn 1. On turn 2, Bellator summons on the right with Certus supporting, while Tangita, Ammuk and Incisors work the left side. Turn 3 is cleanup. Be smart with Bellator's passive if you need it. The exact moves here can shift a bit depending on your Inceptor's damage rolls, but it's very much doable regardless. Just be aware there's a tight window for the lightning victory. Epic 1 is mechanical only. We bring Actus and Cygex. On turn 1 we move Ammuk down and summon his Steeljack. Cygex's active allows him to kill the 2 Barbgaunts. Then we use Actus's active and the Steeljack Overwatch finishes the fight. Epic 2 is maximum 3 hits. We use Actus, Exeter Row and Tangita. On turn 1 we summon our Steeljack and 2 Skitarii. On turn 2 we move up the hill and position our units as shown. Keep Exeter Row away from the enemy so that we have time to heal him up on turn 3. Turn 3 is exactly that, healing with Actus and finishing the fight. Epic 3 is no energy damage. We use Bellator, Incisors, Tangita and Varro. You can sub Varro if you have a better character, but I'm using him for the beginners. Position as shown to move the enemies on good spots on turn 1. On turn 2, again it's more positioning while we focus down the enemy warrior and we summon some Inceptors. Tangita then goes above the Death Leaper and we use Varro's active on the group. Bellator with the right positioning should be able to re-trigger his own Inceptor summons. Turn 4 is cleanup. Legendary 1 is no piercing damage. We use Actus, Bellator, Exeter Row and Tangita. We position as shown with our Steeljack on turn 1. On turn 2 we summon our Skitarii and Inceptors as shown. We want the warrior to move away so that the Steeljack can overwatch him on his next turn. On turn 3 make sure to repair Ammuk. I forgot to do that in this fight, but you should be able to do it and clean up the battle. Legendary 2 is no power damage. We use Actus, Bellator, Exeter Row and Tangita. On turn 1 we position as shown and you summon your best friend the Steeljack. His Overwatch should kill the Winged Prime, if not Tangita can do this on turn 2. I haven't left any notes for turn 2 onwards because this is going to vary a lot based on your damage rolls and fleas. I found Legendary 2 to be quite high variance and I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a token trap for some players. The last thing we have is our Mythic stage, which is no bolter damage. We use D3 characters, Actus, Exeter Row, Tangita and Vitruvius. On turn 1 we position as shown and attack with Vitruvius and then summon the Steeljack plus 2 Skitarii. Once more this is a high variance stage, especially because I'm attempting it with a Diamond 3 roster. As you'll see it is doable, but a lot of variance is innate due to the summons and how the enemy responds to them. Okay, that's all I've got for this one. I hope it was useful. Thanks as always to my Patreons for their support, and bye for now.